there's a big difference between a franchise like Call of Duty Elite, which has grown every single year of its 7-year existence. And what happened with Guitar Hero, I would describe it a little differently. It was a new category. It had never been in the business before, in the landscape before. And there was a ton of interest from not only us, but our competitors like Rock Band that burned white hot, became the biggest game in the world. And then people sort of ran out of appetite for the entire genre, not just our games, but our competitors' games in the same category as well. So, I think that was more of a one-time, a fad that kind of got hot and sort of wore off. And people still love Guitar Hero, they still love the brand, and if we can reinvent it, we'll bring it back, but it's got to be meaningfully innovated from where it was. But Call of Duty is a totally different thing. Call of Duty is in the first-person shooter genre, which has been a staple of the video game industry for over a decade now. And there's no shortage of interest in these games. And by every measurable standard, this is still a franchise on the ride. Our pre-sales are outpacing Black Ops pre-sales, which broke the records for the industry. Our YouTube views are outpacing Black Ops YouTube views. Our fan engagement of every way you can measure it, from Facebook fans to YouTube channel subscribers, are all up by very wide margins. So, I think our job is to continue to make great games and continue to exceed everybody's expectations, to never take anything for granted, to never rest on our laurels, to have the world's best developers working for us, and I think we're doing that, and I think the response we got from the game we unveiled today showed that.
Now, you mentioned the word franchise, and we're used to the word franchise in the video game industry, but you guys are kind of taking it to the nth degree. We're looking at Call of Duty Elite, we're looking at short films, we're looking at a video series. How far can you push a franchise for a video game before it's becomes too much?
Well, we certainly don't ever want to cross that line, and according to every way that you measure it, we haven't yet. If we had, we'd be seeing less people buying downloadable content. We're seeing more, and we produced twice as many map packs, twice as many downloadable content packs for Black Ops as we did for Modern Warfare 2, and people still showed up to buy them. So the feedback we're getting from our community is that they actually want more. And in terms of things like Elite TV, I mean, these are little extras that we're throwing in. They might catch on, they might not, but we want to give back to our fans and to give them a show created to sort of, fuel their passion for Call of Duty with people like Will Arnett and Jason Bateman and executive producers Ridley and Tony Scott. It could be really cool, but it's certainly nothing that we're, banking the franchise on. It's something extra that you get if you become a premium Elite member. But everything you get, as part of the free service of Elite is going to make the game a lot more valuable just for buying it out of the box. I think that we're in a situation where we've got a fan base that is extremely engaged, extremely passionate, and asking for more. And so our job is to just not disappoint them. Our job is to always exceed their expectations and make great games with great developers and give them the freedom and the resources they need to create new experiences. And there's, as Robert Bowling said on the stage today, I think there's more fundamental changes to the way you play multiplayer in MW3 than there hasn't been in any chapter in Call of Duty's history. So we aren't taking anything for granted. We're continuing to innovate. We're continuing to do interesting things like Call of Duty Elite. If you want to opt in, it's free. If you want to pay the premium membership, that's up to you. If you want to just buy map packs the way you always have, you can do that too. So we've really given fans more and more choices, and I think we're delivering a great game. This is a foundation we started, non-for-profit. All of the proceeds from Call of Duty XP are going to the Call of Duty endowment, so every penny that someone paid for a ticket is going to support the troops. And it's an important issue because our troops come home from overseas, they have 3 times more unemployment than the average population, which isn't right. And so the endowment is there to help, kind of transition them back to civilian life and find them jobs. We have 200 of our troops through the endowment that were hired to help us work the show here at Call of Duty XP. I think that with video games, what I'm seeing here is it's the most engaged fan base I've ever come across. Now, in my career in advertising, I worked with every different kind of company, from automotive to, sodas to beers to, everything fashion. I also work in video games with PlayStation, as you know. Gamers are the most engaged, the most opinionated, the most vocal, the most, kind of always on fan base in the world. And I love that because I think that I'm a creative person and that's what drives me. And it keeps companies honest when their fans are vocal. It drives creative excellence. It keeps the value proposition strong. I mean, when we introduced the price for Call of Duty Elite on the MiG stage, we got applause. I think that's an indication that people feel like we actually created new value before asking them to, pay any new money. And like I said, we made it completely optional. And we also created a greater value for those who just want to play the free service. So I think that the difference is between video games and everything else is more engaged, more passionate fans, and we love that because that constant dialogue makes our work better. I just want to thank our fans for showing up for Call of Duty XP. It's the first time we've done something like this. It's an amazing event, and we hope that even more people can join us online and enjoy it.